Good morning and welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast. My name is Heather.
And I am Amanda. Together, we are working to connect women in leadership and business to build relationships and empower each other, improving the health and wellness of the community, body, mind, and soul, sharing the heart and soul of who we are and what we do.
My goodness, this week we've been talking a lot about misperception. The Sanskrit word is Viparyaya. Viparyaya. I'm getting better at it as the week goes on. And I think that is great because of where our guest today works in a realm of misperceptions. After learning about the harmful effects of chemicals in our homes, this guest quickly chose not to only clean up her own home, but to take on helping others learn how to do the same. This guest has a private community where she shares lots of fun tips, has lots of fun over there, and she has made it her mission to help others live a more holistic life with natural home and personal care products. Let's give a warm welcome to Tracy OBerg.
Oh, thank you very much, Amanda and Heather. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys.
We're so excited to have you today. You are local here, but that doesn't mean that you can't help people online, which is great because you can be local and online with your business. Would you tell us a little bit more about your passion for cleaning up our homes?
Okay, well, I'm going to start with the beginning with my son. When he was 7 weeks old, my youngest son was happy, healthy, and he was sleeping through the night, which was a big deal as my previous child did not. But at 8 weeks old, that changed. He developed severe eczema. He had open sores on his cheeks. People kept asking me if he was a burn victim. It would change from morning to night because he was a baby. He would heal quickly, but by the morning it would be open sores again. So I began sleeping with him in my lap because he was starting to scratch, and his little baby nails were so tiny and sharp. So he looked like he had gone through a barbed wire. Like it was heartbreaking. So every time I fell asleep, I'd wake up and he would have scratches and blood all over. So we put, socks on his hands and we try everything. But he quickly figured out how to remove those. He would scratch. Anyway, it was heartbreaking. And I would slather him from head to toe with ointments. I tried quite a few different ones, but I found a few that worked, they improved, his skin, but we had to apply them 3 to 5 times a day, head to toe. But as he grew older, his immune system grew stronger and he no longer had the open sores, but he did still have lots of cracked knuckles and, he had lots of open sores, but not on his face anymore. He couldn't go swimming. He couldn't be out in the cold. He couldn't have a bubble bath. One day in kindergarten at recess, one of the older kids had told him that his hands looked like an old man. And he remembers that a lot. He remembers. So at night, sometimes even now, he still puts ointment on his hands, and he puts gloves, especially in the winter when they get really dry.
Right.
But anyway, in 2018, I decided I wanted to earn a little bit more income for my family and for me and do something for me. We have a family business and I love it. And I work 9 to 4, Monday to Friday, but I wanted more. So I talked to my friends and researched the different direct sales that they were in. And they told me to find something that I was passionate about. And I found a company that aligned with my values. And I excitedly waited for the launch party of my first H2 at home party. When I met my teammate, she introduced us to the amazing products, but she also told me about a nonprofit company called EWG.org. The Environmental Working Group educates consumers that they believe it should be easy to choose toxic-free products that are safe for your family. And I will put that link. It's in my community. It's everywhere. I think everybody should be able to research what is in your home and make a good informed choice. So at 3 a.m. after my launch party, I woke up with dread and thought, oh my God, what have I done to my son? And I ran to the laundry room and I checked out what ingredients were in the products I was using. And they were not listed on the bottle. So I got to the computer and I looked it up. I was using a very popular brand. It was Free and Gentle was the label. So I thought I was doing a good thing. And before that, I'd used Dref when he was a baby. They did not have a good rating. This popular brand's ratings are between a C and an F. The product I was using was an F, given by ewg.org. And they measure different things like toxins, endocrine, the hormone stopping.
The endocrine stop, yeah.
Science. Yeah. So that was one of the big ones for this. So I was taking on H2O at home as an advisor and selling this product, but the first thing I did was change my laundry products, which wasn't even why I joined. But within a few months, my son was no longer putting lotion on 2 to 3 times a day. He's now doing it 2 to 3 times a week, except in the winter. It just drastically improved his skin. He didn't have any more open sores, which means no more risk of staph infections. His immune system was stronger. It has changed his life. So now I just want to spread the word. I know I've been doing this for a few years. COVID has interrupted, but this year, my word is bold, and I am going to share more. There's got to be some other mother out there or some other family that has gone through this and could benefit from knowing this information.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh. Thank you so much, Tracy. I think that I was in a similar place with that laundry soap, thinking that you're doing better, thinking that you are doing a better choice. And then to just keep, I didn't know where to do the research. We just kept trying different things. We're like, I don't care if it says free and clear on it. It's not working. Like, everyone's skins were itchy and irritated. And yeah, wow, so much.
Well, and as a mom too, and I just met Tracy. For those of you that don't know, I just met Tracy yesterday. I, Facebook stalked her a little bit, but Heather and Charlie, follow her and whatnot. And so I saw that, what she sold and things like that, because I wanted to know what we were going to talk about today, obviously, but it really hit home because growing up, my mom did all the traditional things, right? Used all the traditional soaps and cleaning products and all that. And then once I hit about middle school, I think, that's when she had this epiphany, like what you had mentioned, right? When you're, oh my gosh, it says, free and clear or whatever. And it's not so free and it ain't so clear, y'all. Like it is, you want to talk about a hot mess. The things that are allowed to be in some of our products, I mean, everything from toothpaste, deodorant to lotions, like you said for your son, it will floor you if you just spent 5 minutes really looking at what was in there. I mean, even like clothing that we put on, some of the things that get passed through the chain of command, if you will, is absurd. And my daughter actually has eczema as well. And she gets hers, and you can tell me if this happens with your son or not. She gets hers in her hairline at the back. And she just like scratches and scratches at her scalp. And so, of course, I took her into the doctor. The pediatrician gave us this cream, and it's like it does nothing, right? It's like putting a Band-Aid on it, and there's times where like I'll wash her hair. We got special shampoo. And I have to go through with like a pick, and I go section by section and try to treat all these like sores. And then she scratches them, and it's a repeated nightmarish process, And like you said, you think you're doing a good thing by, putting on what the doctor prescribed because it's from your doctor, right? Like it should be fine. Not that my doctor doesn't know what he's doing. He's a smart man, but at the same time, it's not working, And there are a lot more people out there than what we know that suffer from, eczema or rashes, and they have no clue why.
Well, and it's not working because we're not treating the symptom. Like it would work if we're removing the thing that's causing it. So if we remove the thing we're causing, then we can heal the skin and do the things will work to help heal it. But we have to remove the cause first.
With skin problems, it's a whole environment. It's what you put in your body. It's what's in your home. It's what you put on your skin. It's stress. There's so many factors. So you have to address the whole thing. It's very hard to treat.
Yeah. Well, and laundry, I think too, laundry is really not a horrible place to start. I mean, think about all the things you put through your washer, your sheets, your coat, your gloves, your underwear, your bras, your pants, everything, right? And then you wear it all day long. So if there's
Touching
irritants
your skin.
yeah, there's been times where my daughter, she comes up to me and she'll just have rashes like all over, and same kind of thing. I've literally told my husband, oh my God, she looks like a burn victim. Like the same exact thing that you described, and her hands, she's 10, her knuckles get so dry that, I can put Vaseline on them all day long, and she's 10, she's outside with the chickens, she's, and then I worry because she's outside with the chickens, right?
Yes.
And she's my little country farm girl at heart. She's, mucking her stalls and all this. And I'm like, please put gloves on. Please keep your gloves on.
I made my son wear purple non-latex gloves all the time, even in the summer, if we were doing anything with the dirt or he was cooking or playing in the sand. It just, he started to own it. It was kind of like a costume. He made it fun. So
got to get dressed up. Boop, boop, boop,
yeah, here's your gloves.
Right.
So if someone wanted to get in contact with you, Tracy, what would be the best way?
I have an email, or the Facebook page is a great place because then you can get information. I don't know what my Facebook page is off the top of my head, but
I can tell you it's going to be dropped in the description, so no worries. Okay, so hit her up on her Facebook page. It's super easy to talk with Tracy. She's very kind, and she obviously has some real life experience when dealing with why it's important to get rid of these chemicals.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Tracy.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and move into our meditation. Amanda is going to do that for us. So let's make sure our feet are on the floor or both legs are crossed. If you're driving, you're not going to close your eyes. If you want to, you can pull over. So let's take some nice deep breaths.
All right. I am filling my spiritual bank account with positive thoughts about new paths, generous support, and faith. I recognize I am blessed with a healthy body and insightful mind, for which I am grateful. I recognize the more I keep my spiritual bank account full, the more capable I am of staying alert and motivated to find an open path to fill the monetary bank account I seek. I know we live in a world of abundance and possibility. I envision myself receiving ideas and inspiration for creating money. I envision myself wisely acting on these thoughts and the possibility of wealth that is already within me coming to fruition. Both my spirit and my monetary bank account are full. I am grateful. You can open your eyes whenever you're ready.
That was really pretty. I love that. Very
I like
grateful.
that one too.
And if you're coming from the place of gratitude and really feeling that helps the whole energy flowing through us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that we came across this one because, like I had mentioned in our podcast the other day, I'm in this like limbo place in my life where we're either staying here and I'm sucking it up, buttercup, or we are completely uprooting our family and going back to my home state of Montana. And there's all these hoops that we're trying to go through, and every single one of them is a monetary hoop of some sort, whether it's the expectation of what monetary lies ahead over there, the monetary value of getting there, yeah, getting enough out of this house to get our dream home over there, to get the, all of the things. And so I liked that this wasn't just about the cash in the bank. You know what I mean? Because there's and we always say, oh, there's more to life than money, but it sure does make life easier, right? And Tracy, before we got on, she did this awesome little, I'm going to call it a mantra. And it was just, essentially she just said, I'm going to work less and make more, and I'm going to work my butt off, and I'm going to do the things I need to do. And this is how I'm going to do it. And she just repeated it a few times. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's what we all want, right? We all want to be able to fill our spirits with, that spiritual bank account and our monetary bank account so that our businesses can grow and we can grow as human beings. And yeah, it's so awesome how everything comes together.
It really, really is. The quote of the week is, "We do not see things as we are, we see them as we are," by the Talmud. I really liked that one. I really have been enjoying looking at things from this perspective this week. Like, am I having a misperception? Like, and then even sharing that, like, with my son, like his misperceptions, like when I'm having a reaction to something, like, and teaching him not to take things personally. Like we're taking that to even another level by going through this week. All right, so one of the discussion points for the week exercises was, ask a friend to tell you when you are wrong. When your friend does, notice what comes up for you. I think that's really great in business because we think that we're, being pushy or, not showing, we might show up in a way and then we're being so vulnerable that it's scary for us. So then we want to retract. And if you can have a friend that's like, no, you did great, or, you did good, and I know you, so this is where you can improve, right? Like having someone to do that with is so important.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you have any thoughts?
But I always I'm going to interrupt people because I could talk all day long about almost everything. Do you want me to go first, Tracy, or do you have something you'd like to say?
I just had a couple things. I find it easier in work if somebody tells me what's wrong as opposed to my personal life. I don't take it as personal. I find it easier to correct on something that I know I'm trying to grow and work at. For some reason, personally, I think I should already know how to do everything.
Right? We're really hard on ourselves, right? Like, I should already know that. But maybe, there's other ways to do things. I've talked about, like, why do we chop the ends of the roast off on Sundays? And it was because great grandma would cut it to fit it in the pan. So like, that's the story. So like, if we're used to doing things a certain way, we might not know that there's a different way and it might be easier, or, we might be less wasteful, or, less harmful to ourselves.
Yeah, I think too, when somebody gives you tips business wise, it feels like it's a critique, and that's okay. If they tell you something in your personal life to critique, it's no longer a critique, it's a personal attack, right? So for me, that's why I'm like, I mean, my husband, he puts up with so much. I should probably refill his spiritual bank accounts because I'm a tough one to live with, I'm sure, but there's been so many times where I'm like, does this look okay? This outfit, let's just say, right? And he'd be like, well, something about it looks weird. I asked him his opinion, and now I am pissed that he gave it to me because that's not what I wanted to hear, right? But now if I were to go to a colleague or someone I respected in business, or even not, and I said, does this look okay? Can you read this over? They said, oh, well, I think you should go in a different direction with this. You should, take it over here. Instead of talking about this, you should take this over here. Oh, okay. So you want me to rewrite this whole thing? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can do that. And okay, yeah, no, you're right. That does make more sense, but don't tell me my outfit's wrong if I ask you, dang it. No.
I think that's too, is you're looking for that validation outside yourself. Like when you ask the question, you already knew that it doesn't look right. Right. But right. So then you're mad that you don't trust yourself. Right. And then you ask someone and then you put them in that position. Right. Like,
And now I can be mad at
You'd
them
be
and
like,
not
I
me.
just need you to tell me this looks good. I don't care if it does. You just tell me. Tell me I look amazing. Throw some chocolate at me and give me loves, right?
Right? That's funny.
So I've been on a nutritional and wellness journey now for a while. And I'm really grateful this week, especially for my Taka drinks. They are natural energy, and the supplements are as farm to table as you can get for supplements, which I love that about them. They're very, very good. They're made here in the USA. There's no white labeling and none of that craziness that can happen, right? And what I love is that this week I was talking a little bit about collagen, and then that is the fun fact for Friday. So Carolyn has a group as in our group, and she is over there doing fun facts about collagen and why our collagen is so different. Is one of the main things is because it also has marine collagen in it, and that's specifically the ones that are going to help with your hair and your skin. So, and that's really exciting. This particular one is a mixture of pina colada and that's a glow product. So the glows have the collagen because the collagen helps you glow as a person, right? I'm like, that's so cute. And then the trim product, which is the one that helps with weight loss. So I mix them together, and then I'm gonna drink a little bit more of this one, and then I'll set it in the fridge for a couple hours, and then I'll finish drinking it because I mixed two drinks in one because I like to mix the flavors, and that's what I found is working really well for me to make sure that I take them because I just feel better when I'm taking them.
Well, you had me at pina colada, so there's that.
Right. We want pina colada. One for each hand, right? Isn't that song?
Right.
Right. I really enjoy it. I like I had previously been taking some vitamins that were like droppers, and they were super natural, but it was just a lot, like to mix everything together. And here is like I can take one product, and I love that. And our whole team kind of went through a detox when we got on it. So we were like, that's weird because we were all doing pretty good healthy wise. And then we all like were like, hey, are you experiencing this? Yeah, I am. Like, that's a detox. Like, what is happening here? So that was pretty cool, like experience that we could go even, further with our nutrition than we were.
Sorry, Heather. You mentioned how you went through a detox, right? And I feel like I have to circle it back a little bit because when I was younger, and like I said, we used all the traditional cleaning household stuff, right? I remember like feeling so off, right? And then you're younger, you're middle school, high school, everything at that age. So I just moved on with my life. But then as an adult having kids, even though mama said no, I said, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to learn the hard way. So I went to the traditional methods, and my mom's probably going to listen to this and be like, and then here, literally a year ago is when I kind of switched over and did the non-traditional methods of cleaning. And I will tell you that every single one of us experienced how we all felt better. We weren't foggy anymore. We didn't have, some of us had headaches, some of us didn't. But what it more so was is we noticed that we didn't have as many or any headaches anymore. So when I did my big clean on Saturdays, I'd clean the bathroom and all this, I would use all of these chemicals, and I don't want to call anybody out. So if you want to know, you can ask me in a message or something, but I would just get headaches and, your hands dry out and all this. And when I switched over to opening up to, okay, maybe mama was right after all, and trying some of these products that don't have all the crap put in them, you will experience a very positive detox. It is phenomenal. I highly recommend you guys getting a hold of Tracy and giving it a try, because it will change your life and your family's life for sure.
I want to say that the biggest and hardest detox that I think I've went through, besides like sugar detoxing, was energy drinks. because I was
Oh,
like
yeah.
just a one a day energy drink. I had it as my coffee, but there wasn't a day I went without one of those, right? And so I went on this detox where I was only going to drink water. I was only going to drink, I could have a cup of coffee in the morning and water the rest of the day. That was it. That was all I could drink. And I had a harder time taking out the chemicals the from the energy drink themselves. It was like my whole brain, like this chemical peel. Like I was so sick. I remember we were driving somewhere and I had to pull over and get sick because my brain was just getting rid of all of this nasty. It was so crazy. And then it was,
Yeah.
yeah, so definitely, detox is a real thing when you start doing new things for yourself and your body.
I've noticed with my family, I personally haven't had a headache in the past. Well, I've had a headache, but I had headaches like 24/7 since I was about 6 years old. My mom used natural products, but not in the laundry room. But I've lost my train of thought.
It
It's okay.
happened.
We're talking about detox.
The headaches in my family, and I had the headaches, and I wanted to say something else. Oh, the health. We have maybe had 2 or 3 flus in the last 4 years since I've switched these products. One was this past December, and I think I've just let things go downhill a little bit this last bit with our immune systems and going back into in-person school, but we've had very few illnesses, which has been amazing.
That's awesome. And immune systems are so important personally to all of us right now, in the state of the world being. So if literally the chemicals you're using to clean and wash your clothing were changed, you could actually, I have goosebumps as I'm saying this, you can actually start improving your immune system because you're going to take away those toxins that your body's reacting to on a daily basis. You're going to just feel better in a different way that you don't even know. So there's like all of these layers in our lives. So this is just like, when we talk about just doing one thing, one new thing, to try one new habit, to replace one thing. This is a very simple replacement. You can get a hold of Tracy and order some good laundry soap that you don't have to do the research on because we can trust Tracy, or she can give you the website and you can do the research. That's great. I love that. Like that we have the option. Like I can just either trust you or I can go do the research for myself, right?
Yeah. But my products are made in the US. I'm sorry, not US, in Europe. And EWG.org only rates US products, but the H2O at Home products are ECO certified. So it's a third-party certification, and they have much higher standards than the US. So knowing it's certified, you know that it's 95% natural minimum.
And we know that for years, literally years, I'm gonna pick my words a little bit better. Give me a second.
You're fine.
The way that we allow companies to put things in products in the US is different than Europe. And we've known that for a lot of years. Like our crappy food here is different than the crappy food there because they're allowed to put more things in our food, right? So
I love
there's
how
that.
you picked your words.
Like, I get myself in a lot of trouble. Let me just give myself a clap, right? Like, so just like educating yourself on that. When I worked at the breast, cervical, and colon health program, we would talk a lot about like makeups and chemical products on your skins and lotions and things as, a preventative. Like you could start making those changes for yourself to prevent yourself from getting overexposure and then becoming cancerous, right? So you can actually start to remove some of those toxins, and that's what Tracy teaches. Do you have any up and coming events, or sometimes you do pop-up events? Do you have anything coming?
I have a laundry workshop, so it's more of a training, more in depth, and it's next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. It's going to be a Zoom. There's a Facebook event, so the link's in my Facebook page.
We need to drop that below. I didn't know about that. I want to go.
Yeah. It's just a little bit more in-depth information.
That's awesome. That's great. If you guys want more information about our taco, we're having a party tonight at 6 Pacific.
Oh, yay.
5 or 6 Pacific. Oh man. You know what? Don't ask me what time it is because time has not been my friend this week. We've known this. I've been hours early to things. I am not good with the time this week. My whole schedule is off. So make sure you tell a friend about this episode. If you're listening, be sure to tell somebody. Our cause of the quarter is now marketing. It is important to give back as entrepreneurs. We are leading the giving in our community. Now marketing is the cause of the quarter. Women leaders are helping future women leaders overcome diversity. And at the end of the quarter, there's a huge gala for them. So I hope you guys are going to get tickets or maybe see how you can be more involved or give a donation. Just let us know. Thank you so much, Tracy, for joining us today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you both for having me. It was great to be here.
We're going to say thank you to our viewers and listeners. We're looking forward to continuing to connect and to build the relationships with the community leaders. And that is you. You are a woman in leadership, and we're looking forward to joining you, for you to join us at the table. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.